battle lines have been drawn, and San Francisco's same-sex marriage debate has moved into the state's highest court.
Lawyers for the city of San Francisco today gave their legal response to two lawsuits that call for a stop to same-sex marriage.
Joining us tonight to talk about Prop 8 and the legal ramifications are two legal experts, Robert Tyler and Sky Johnson.
This case is a landmark attack upon faith, freedom, and democracy.
A high school student says his teacher repeatedly made anti-Christian remarks in class. Chad Farnan tape-recorded some of his comments. Here's one that got me. It should get you as well. He said, quote, "When you put on your Jesus glasses, you can't see the truth."
According to Chad, his history teacher, Dr. James Corbett, consistently criticizes Christians and other people he doesn't seem to like.
He and his parents, they are suing the teacher, and here to talk about it is Jennifer Monk, attorney for Chad Farnan.
The Constitution mandates that the government be neutral towards religion. They can't show hostility.
The Calvary Chapel Christian School in Murrieta, California produces above-average scores on standardized tests, but if its graduates attend schools in the University of California system, they are not eligible for college credit for the advanced courses they have taken.
Government agencies have no right to discriminate
against
any group or individual on the basis of viewpoints.
The Constitution, when it was written, was created to limit government. Because government has slowly seeped into every area of life, advocates is necessary to step in and protect that erosion of civil liberties.
You know, we've got a lot of judges in this country who either don't understand or reject our nation's founding history. They don't understand the importance of religion, and in fact they think religion is an impediment to the kind of free, unwilling, do-what-feels-good mentality. And they're using their positions on the bench to legislate out religion.
Make no mistake about it, they want to take God out of our country.
The Founding Fathers never expected America to be a place where you could be free from religion.
We can hardly believe what they're doing.
Christians have to spend most of their time defending their right to live their lives and to raise their children with their values.
It's not a world I want my kids or my grandkids growing up in.
The traditional family values that we all take for granted are really under attack today.
In cultures and in countries where our freedoms of religion, for example, freedom of family, freedom to gather, have been removed, then the voice is silenced.
We need to get into those courtrooms and we need to declare that we're not going to take it.
My belief is that God's called us as lawyers, as advocates for faith and freedom, to dwell in this land and cultivate faithfulness. We have to preserve our First Amendment liberties in order to preserve a democracy, in order to preserve a democratic America.
The public interest view that advocates for faith and freedom has is actually much more consistent with the founders' view, because it tries to lay the foundation for a strong and just and moral society.
What advocates is doing affects the very core of where we live, the very core of our faith. Advocates is a tremendous organization. They're just out on the front lines defending our constitutional rights, our faith, our freedoms. And it has effects all the way to the federal level.
We're not just a law firm that is going out and filing lawsuits for the purpose of filing lawsuits and representing people and trying to get a win. We want to create precedent that preserves religious liberty and protects our First Amendment rights.
What advocates is doing affects the very core of where we live, the very core of our faith.
But it's going to take people standing up and countering this culture that tells us all of these things that are so wrong and immoral, that we need people to stand up. You know, like the prophets of old in the Old Testament. I believe advocates has the opportunity to have a big megaphone, a big platform to be able to use our lawsuits to be able to point out right and wrong. I've got great hope for America, and I think that our nation is going to have an opportunity to come back to its knees and thank God for the many blessings we have.
Right now, it's a perfect time for all of us to join with these people and to make something great happen for God.
It's very expensive to fight court battles. There's all kinds of expenses, and they need our help.
Advocates needs financial help so that they can continue working the cases.
The left has millions upon millions, maybe hundreds of millions of dollars pumped into these legal attacks every year. Our people have a pittance, and it's up to the patriots to step up, and if we don't, we lose.
None of this is cost-free. None of this is cheap. You need to understand that the other side is busy, they're raising money, they're engaging. And if we don't raise some money, we certainly don't have to match them dollar for dollar. But if we don't get engaged, if we don't open our wallets, then we're really facing a case of unilateral disarmament. And if we lose, then we have no one to blame but ourselves, because if we didn't engage in the fight, then the other side's going to win every time.
My husband and I support advocates because it gives us hope to hold on to our God-given freedoms.
I'm asking you as a pastor, as an American, as someone who's concerned about the United States of America and where our culture is going, if you could support this great organization financially, this will enable them to do what they need to do, and that is to fight where you and I perhaps don't get the chance to fight. But the outcome is absolutely essential, that we maintain our freedoms, that we see the America that our founding fathers gave us, and that by supporting them, by giving financially, you'll play a great part in seeing this through. Like never before, we need to fight for the freedoms that you and I enjoy so much. So please, please consider supporting this wonderful organization.